So, ladies and gentlemen, depending upon if I get struck by lightning in the next few minutes, I'm hoping to make you a video on laser printers. So let's see how we do. So, when you send something to a printer, like a laser printer, you send millions of bytes of data, which go from your computer to a printer. And what happens is, your PC talks to something called the controller circuit, which is this number 1 here, where it says number 1. That is like a tiny computer in your printer, and it figures out how to print your data so it looks correct on the page. What happens next is that in your printer it creates a queue of all the data. It will then convert the images and text into tiny dots. That's its job, to convert your images and your text, like your Word documents, into tiny dots on a sheet of paper. So, what happens? Well, the controller circuit, which is this number 1, will literally activate what's called the corona wire, which is this number 3. It'll turn it on. This corona wire will literally then charge up this drum. It's called a photoconducting drum, and it's number 2. And it will give it a positive charge, which will spread across the surface. So number 3 will charge up number 2. Number 3 is a corona wire, and it will charge up number 2, which is a drum. So let's have a look at it in action. So you've got the printer, you've got the charge. So let's see it. It's a bit too far. So this green is the drum. Now, what happens is this drum will be rotating around. Now, at the same time as this drum being activated and being positively charged, the circuit, number 1, activates the laser, number 4. The laser shines onto a rotating mirror, which then hits the drum. The laser literally switches on and off rapidly. It hits the rotating mirror, which then scans the drum horizontally in precise lines, like so. So this laser is hitting the drum. Now, what happens is, the laser puts onto the drum, or flashes onto the drum, a reverse charge. So remember, this drum is being charged by this wire. The laser will reverse that charge, basically for areas which are going to be printed black. So it'll put on tiny dots for areas which are going to be printed black. After the laser scans a line of the drum rotates. Now, the way the drum rotates is through what's called a stepper motor. So a stepper motor rotates the drum so that it can contain more of your picture or text. The laser then repeats its process of reversing the charge on the drum, and it does so really, really quickly. Now, what happens next is that the drum encounters, the laser, part of the laser anyway, encounters something called the developer roller, which is number 6. Can you see it here? And what number 6 will do is it will coat, it'll be coated in toner particles. Toner particles look like this. So if you want to see what a toner looks like, and if you open up a toner, it's got loads of dust or particles relating to that colour. So if I open up yellow, I have lots of little yellow bits on my hand. So the toner particles from 6 will be literally go onto the drum. Now, the toner is kept in number 7, which is a toner hopper. So number 7, a toner hopper, looks like this, where all your toner is kept. So the toner hopper passes on to number 6 for toner. Number 6 then will pass it onto the roller. And what will happen is the charge from the toner, so the charge from the toner clings to the areas of the drum which have been discharged. And what will happen is your image will be printed from there in reverse. So you've got your charger roller. Let's go back a bit. Too far ahead. So you've got your laser, you've got your toner. The toner will go onto the areas of the drum which have been discharged, like so. And your image will be printed onto whatever, so you can see the image is on the roller right here, but it'll be in reverse. So that when it goes on paper, it'll be in the right way round. Now, at the same time as all of this, this belt, number 8, will literally start sucking in the paper from the paper tray number 9. The paper will then go under the drum, where the drum with its reverse picture will basically print on the image. And it will do so loosely. As the paper meets the drum's toner will transfer to the paper. The positive charge attracts the negative charge from the toner away from the drum. So the positive charge literally pulls away from a negative charge of the toner particles, leaving the paper with the particles on it. And it won't be on the drum anymore. Then what happens is this. As the paper starts to become printed out, at the same time, a blade, so let's go a little bit further ahead, a cleaning blade will clean the drum of all the toner, so it can print out more of your page. So every time your page is going through, or a new document is going through, the cleaning blade will clean the drum of all its toner. So the whole process starts again. Now, we've mentioned that you've got paper coming out of your printer, but it needs to be stuck to your printer because, it needs to be stuck to your paper. When the drum, which is this green thing here, puts the toner on your paper, it's loose. So what happens is it goes through what is known as a fuser roller. And a fuser roller is literally heated. It's a heated roller and a pressure roller. So heated rollers at the top, the pressure rollers at the bottom. They squeeze together and literally the ink passes through them, making the toner particles permanently into fibers of the paper. So it burns the toner into the fiber of the paper, meaning it's there forever. And that's really important.